Anthology is Facebook's branded content that really aim to bring brands closer to culture and content. And even beyond doing that, what we really hope to do is create community out of it. If you've seen our little logo, the A is actually an ampersand. So a lot of the things that we believe is that partnership is actually better together. So as of last week, we just launched the Purple Boys with Tim and Eric and Purple Mattresses. So this is going to be a campaign that's going to run across Facebook and Instagram over the next 12 weeks that really begins to take Purple Mattress from a brand that has built call it their business on Facebook, to a brand that is beginning to build their brand on Facebook. All the work we do from an Anthology perspective, creative shop, and Facebook perspective is data-driven. So in the case of the Purple Boys, we had a really cool insight around people accessing their mobiles late on Sunday night. So to us, that signaled some sort of thing that existed in culture. And you've probably heard of the Sunday scaries, that time at the end of the weekend when you've just had the best time, but you've got to look forward to the terrible work week ahead. So we thought, why not kind of an awesome opportunity to create an idea around the Sunday scaries and how to combat the Sunday scaries. So in bringing in Tim and Eric and the Purple Boys, they are essentially the solution to Sunday scaries. What we did in partnering with Purple, we wanted to first take a look at the audience that they wanted to reach. And when we kind of took a look at the breadth of, call it, young professionals, and the type of humor that resonated with them, we immediately thought of Tim and Eric and Absolutely Productions. Tim and Eric is I'll call them an absurdist comedy duo that have their own late night program on Adult Swim. They do a lot of digital content. And the cool thing about them is that a lot of their content, you kind of don't know if it's an ad or if it's content. And their unique and quirky humor and style is very much aligned with what Purple wants to be in terms of building their brand. So we thought it was going to be a perfect match to kind of bring the two together and begin to develop that voice for Purple. The Purple Boys launched last Friday, so it's been running for about a week, and we're really excited about the initial success that we're seeing. I've never wanted to buy something more in my life. Before this video, I never knew how to sleep. Now I sleep twice a day. If this was an ad, it was by far the best ad any human has ever produced. What's unique about the Purple Boys campaign is that we've set things up to not just be a set it and forget it campaign. So from the get-go, we had a very clear test design in place to ensure that week over week, the creative is getting smarter based on how people are reacting to it. So what we're seeing in terms of the initial results is actually quite surprising. And within Creative Shop and within Anthology, we've kind of begun to embrace this notion that we're always wrong. And we've actually been proven right in that we're always wrong in this campaign as well, because every single hypothesis that we had going into week one was completely wrong. And what's super cool is that we're actually able to say, okay, let's create new hypotheses based on what we thought was right or wrong, and iterate off of that and get smarter as the campaign continues over time. So we're actually finding ourselves exploring with different sorts of formats, with different sorts of lengths, and what's even more unique, different sorts of consumer or people motivators that might get them to watch more of the content week over week. An approach that Creative Shop likes to take to a lot of our Anthology campaigns is this notion of creative agility, where week over week or even month over month, we can get smarter and more efficient in the way that we deploy, distribute, and learn from our creative. There are certain things that are fixed during the production, knowing though that once we kind of put the creative out there in the world, a million different variables come into play. So the creative is able to be adapted in post to become, as I said earlier, smarter and more efficient over time. So as part of the Purple Boys with Tim and Eric, what we're seeing in the first week is that we really are able to create community around something that is almost already part of community. So as we take a look at the way people are engaging with the content across every hour of every day over the course of 1 week, what we actually see is that people are engaging with it most ramping up to Sundays. So we know that we're part of something, and what we want to do moving forward is begin to figure out not the why, but how we can almost bring more people into the fold over the course of the rest of the campaign. from an Anthology and Facebook perspective, to be able to work hand in hand with marketing science, with creative researchers, and even in some cases, traditional planners that have come over from the agency side, it really is any creative, traditional or not, dream to kind of have this group of freaks working together to create a new form of storytelling.